neighbors with the same ID number. Jones has been arrested, and she has been charged with a felony. D.C. leaders are racing to rescue funding for the city's needle exchange program. Last week, the House passed a bill that lifts the ban on using federal money for that program. An amendment to the bill bans the city from providing money to a needle exchange program operating within 1,000 feet of any location where children gather. D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton says that amendment will essentially wipe out the program and is asking for the Senate version not to include it. Virginia's candidates for governor square off today on agriculture and forestry issues. Democrat Cree Deeds and Republican Bob McDonnell will answer questions about water quality, property rights, and agribusiness today at the Virginia Farm Bureau headquarters in suburban Richmond. $100 million in cuts and $50 million in new taxes. That is what is on the table in the district today when the city council votes on ways to close its huge budget gap. Let's go live now to Pamela Brown in our newsroom. So, Pamela, people are asking, where's all this money going to come from?
Yep, that is the big question, Doug. If council members vote in favor of the tax hike bill today, it's going to cost you more whether you park, buy a pack of cigarettes, or fill up on gas in the district.
If you live or work in the district, get ready to dish out more money in the way of taxes.
I don't think it's a very good way to attract people to purchase in the district.
The council members say that's the only way to help fill a looming budget gap without compromising service to the people.
I think adjustments will be made over the next year so that where there's really a need, it will be met and folks won't see an adverse effect in services.
The city plans on jacking up sales taxes to 6% and cigarette taxes up 50 cents. And when you fill up on gas, it'll cost you 3 cents more. D.C. budget estimates changed dramatically just in the past few weeks. Since then, council members have been scrambling to fill a $340 million budget deficit. But even with millions taken from the stimulus package and the city's rainy day fund, more still needs to be done.
Was it a surprise? Probably not. The amount of it, though, was. So we've tried additional cuts significantly, but there's about $40 million in additional revenue that we need next year.
Many taxpayers aren't happy with the move, especially after the city recently announced it's taking away the much-anticipated tax holiday in August.
And Mayor Fenty has suggested giving pink slips to nearly 2,000 government employees to help save cash. Council members will gather for the vote at 10 this morning. In the newsroom, Pamela Brown, ABC 7 News.
Pamela, thank you. It is now 6:37. Time for a check of some business headlines, and we begin with the hidden cost of some new computers. Linda Bell, live in New York with that and more. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning once again to you, Doug. You need to watch out if you go to Walmart, Staples, or Best Buy for a laptop. Now, here's the reason why. You might end up spending a lot more than you're intending to. Now, the retailers are slashing prices on laptops and expanding their selections for the back-to-school shopping season. But watch out. Bloomberg News is reporting that customers also end up spending big bucks on computer accessories and services. In fact, one analyst tells us that consumers are spending almost as much as on extras, such as external hard drives and warranties, as they do on the hardware. As for trading, take a look at where stock index futures are trading this Friday morning. We're getting government data on gross domestic product and consumer spending today, so we'll see how that impacts things later this morning. Also, investors are keeping a very close eye on the automakers and the impact of those headlines you've been reporting on, with the government's Cash for Clunkers program possibly coming to a screeching halt. Now, July auto sales come out on Monday, and analysts say the trade-in program possibly gave a boost to sales, but investors will also be asking what will happen to auto sales in August if the program runs out of money. And that's business news. Live at Bloomberg headquarters in New York, I'm Linda Bell reporting for ABC 7 News. Doug, have a great weekend.
And you too, Linda. Thank you very much for that.
Thanks.
Airfares plunged 9% in the first 3 months of this year. That is the biggest quarter-to-quarter drop ever recorded by the Department of Transportation. Locally, BWI Marshall Airport offers the cheapest domestic fares at an average of $264 per flight. Reagan National next at about $380 per flight, followed by Dulles at $402 per domestic flight. It's 6:39 right now, 74 degrees in Roslyn. And when Good Morning Washington continues, new developments in the Chandra Levy murder case today.
And meteorologist Adam Caskey live in Silver Spring, where it's a balmy 77 degrees at Storm Chaser 7. It's humid. Could actually become an active afternoon. We'll talk about it coming up.
And Lisa Baden will be back with the latest on the Friday morning commute. This is 395 heading into town. You can see just a minor fender bender in the backup from an accident that's ahead of that. And that in itself is causing things to get slowed down a little bit.